That's new.
I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for a happy hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I am Jamie Flanagan.
This right here is August Gitschlag.
Hey, I got this handsome hypnotist across from me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Dave's here.
And there's Matt Fox.
See?
Over there.
Oh.
Look at Dave's picking up his cues now.
Yeah,
He's
I
been
like
here
that.
at the opening.
Uh-huh.
A couple
It's like,
openings
yeah.
now.
I know.
That's
I know
nice.
how this craziness works.
Trained professional, I gotta
Uh-huh.
say.
Mm. Although I shared a story off camera, and I just have a problem with that. We may have to rebrand. Man Cave might be off the table.
I'll explain that to you in person. Anybody wants to
Yeah.
know.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyhow,
So I was at the grocery store looking
Yeah.
at I was actually in the aisle where they have all of the cow parts, the meats and what have you.
oh yeah.
And there was a
yeah.
lady behind the counter.
Yeah.
She was selling she meats.
Oh mercy.
My dad was walking through a Randazzo's meat market the other day, and he noticed that all the prepackaged sausage had a bunch of stickers on it that said for rectal use only. Some kid had gone through and put it on everything.
Did
thought
he
it was-
really?
Oh yeah, he thought it was the
Oh,
funniest thing ever. He's like, I went and told them right away. I'm
That's
like, why would you do
fantastic.
that?
Why you ruin the
Leave
joke,
it.
man?
Yeah.
That's,
Let that teenager have his
I want to
fun.
enjoy it.
somebody worked hard on that comedy.
Yeah, when ordered those, medical grade stickers for thermometers.
I voted. Oh, that was that not the
Oh,
right
I
sticker?
voted.
My bad.
You voted for rectal use only?
Wrecked him. I barely touched him.
But
All
up bump.
All right. So why are we here tonight, gentlemen?
It's just a taste. Will it be worth it? Because Willett is finally available in Michigan. All these things have been available for some time.
Yeah.
We did the Willett pot still quite a little while back.
Yeah.
Did you
Fancy
click on
bottle.
that? Okay.
Fancy
Oh,
mancy bottle.
there you go. And then we did Willett Rye.
Mm-hmm.
We did, that was part of what we were doing. I think we used it as our welcome cocktail.
We did Willett down at Whiskey in the Jar with Conrad and
Yeah, you
yourself.
pulled a
August.
bottle out of that. That was the
Yeah.
Conrad's trunk episode.
Yes, it was.
That was like,
yes.
was that pre-COVID?
That was
I think
coming
it-
right out of COVID, I think.
Yeah.
All right, might have come around. Okay.
But
But Gnip,
Mm-hmm.
there,
Greg was
yeah.
with us.
Who?
Yeah, that
Is he
guy.
still alive?
Yeah. According to
Anyway.
Facebook, not according to his responses to my messages.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost one.
Mm.
Well, you can't. It's there's the that anyway.
That's how it goes.
All right, I was gonna make tariff jokes, but that's
That's not this
Not
kind
as-
of show.
Just
not
think of
as-
how expensive he'll be now if he has to come over and hang out.
yeah,
with us.
right,
right,
right.
What is it
right.
going to cost us?
Exactly.
Friendship
But
points.
Willett is dumping things into Michigan that you couldn't get in the state before.
Right.
So it's kind of fun, kind of interesting. And there's all and you see people, the Michigan Bourbon Club and Motor City Bourbon Club and We Drink Heavily Club, and people posting these pictures. Oh, I had good hunting down in Kentucky, or I went here and I brought this back, because you had to go to Ohio or at least Ohio, or further to get these and bring them back, and now they're here. So I figured, well, let's give one a try. And this one has popped up on the Facebook feed time and time again, and people seemed pleased with their acquisition.
There's a lot.
So I wanted to check it out.
I'm
And
going to
it's
tell this from
Noah's
memory.
Noah's Mill.
Noah's Mill. I'm not reading this off my phone or nothing. I from memory serves, I went to Willett.
Mhm.
This was pre-COVID PC,
Right.
and if my memory serves me, there was an old distillery that closed and then reopened. Someone had the name, and they were sourcing everything. And then it wasn't until like 2012, somewhere around there, that they opened up. They started distilling themselves again.
Okay.
So when I did go on my phone and start looking stuff up, there was a whole bunch of chatter about what it was like, the pre 1980 and the post 2012 and what's what. People seem to think this bottle, there's a reason they all reference their batch number.
Right.
Because one guy says, I had it in a restaurant. It was the greatest pour I ever had. And next guy goes, then I bought a bottle that week and it tasted like,
Oh,
old
no.
mushrooms and, what do you say?
Dust.
No, it was dusty ethanol cornflakes.
Oh God,
Dusty ethanol cornflakes and mushrooms.
that is
It
quite
but-
precise.
But the other, it was very specific. But so are a lot of these nerds. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
they there's so many, Reddit experts on this stuff.
Yeah.
So I am very, very open-minded to this. And that was, was my idea to grab another bottle to compare it to. Because if you don't
Sure.
have something you'd know, then how do you know that it's really good? If you
Right.
we
Right.
all love the Maker's Mark cask.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It's
then,
and it's a shoulder dip.
and
Just,
this is
you know,
and that's the thing, right? We
Yeah.
had she's working for Johnny Walker now,
Greta.
Greta, but Greta was a Maker's rep.
Yep.
She's with Diageo now,
Oh.
but fancy Diageo.
Mhm.
But she brought in a bottle. She gave me a bottle, and actually, the bottle she had given me was signed by Rob Samuels, right, the distiller.
Yeah.
But it's she told us these were called shoulder dips, right?
Mhm.
When it's a lot of extra wax. Usually, the Makers, if people are watching the
Oh
videos,
no, it
just
has more wax
just
than
over the top.
usual. It must be special.
so well, and they do that with the cask strength. There's like one out of like
Yeah.
every 12.
I thought it was one
Uh,
of like every 100.
No, it's not super rare.
Hmm.
But they do a little extra dippity dip, but it's really just on the cast strength. But so if you see this on cast strength, they do it on purpose every so many bottles.
Okay.
If you see this shoulder dip, and people call it a slam dunk, people have like a lot of kooky names for it.
Yeah, I like
But-
shoulder dip.
I
That
think,
makes sense.
and
Yes.
it was their brand person
Mhm.
because everybody it's if you're a fan of Maker's Mark, you can join the ambassador program.
Which the man cave did.
We do. We got a keg sitting at
Which president named you ambassadors? Is that from back in the Obama days? Or
Yes.
was it Biden?
Friend of the show, Sean Detterman.
my fraternity
actually,
brother Ron Reagan did.
Yeah, our friend of the show, Sean Detterman, he actually during that episode with Greta, he actually became an ambassador and signed up on the spot.
Yeah, it's fun. They have like Christmas gifts and
Mhm.
you special access to things if you go there. But yeah, so it's a shoulder dip. But if you see this on a bottle other than the cask strength, then it is an oops.
Mhm.
And it but it's not worth
Intern.
it's not worth it's not really worth anything else, but it's just kind of fun. It's just kind of
Oh,
the
so
shoulder dip is-
that bottle's so valuable we can't open it and drink it now.
Of
no
course we
no
can.
Is that what we're
yeah
talking
Matt
about?
Matt
Is
was
this
like
one of
Matt
those-
was like hesitant. He's like, I didn't want to open it, and I'm like,
Well, it's
dude,
because I didn't buy it.
if
That's
it's here
why.
if it's here in the man cave
It's
studio
in the studio,
I
and you know where it's hidden because that's the other.
I
case.
didn't
On
stop
Daddy-
you with the
it's
old
a-
soul.
That's
Wow.
on
Well,
Daddy.
I haven't stopped.
I know.
It's still too soon for that.
I know
Welcome
where
to
the
the
good
show.
bottles are.
No,
You have to
because
go
I
in- you
because
have
I
to go
knew
in the
where it was
cabinet.
hidden. So
Yeah.
of course it didn't stop me because I knew where it was hidden.
So back to the Willett for a minute.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what was preventing them from getting into Michigan? Was it just a
They
distribution?
Supply
probably
and
just
demand.
did, yeah, they maybe just didn't have enough juice.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know? I mean that's
Okay.
how it starts. You know?
Right.
That's what, and I was talking to Big Tony, at the wine garden. I went
Mhm.
down there. That's where I got the Willett a couple weeks back,
Mhm.
and that's why I ran down because it's available everywhere. I could have went to
Yeah.
K. Rogers.
Could have
and-
wine gardened it. You heard? I'm
and-
sorry. What's the big place called?
Oh,
I
that
still
Total-
haven't been in one.
Total
Total
Wine.
I
Total
still
Wine.
never set foot in one of those.
me
Yeah.
neither.
I
We're
have.
still virgins in that regard.
I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
In many regards.
Uh-huh.
But so I figured, well, I'm spending money. I'm gonna go spend it with a friend. So I'm gonna go.
Sure.
I went down and just to say hi to Tony. He's working things out. He's building a speakeasy at
Love
the wine garden.
Yeah, last time I went in there, he
Nice.
wouldn't. Was letting me have it about city inspectors. I'm like, dude, this is my city. I got nothing.
Oh yeah, they're
I
giving
Don't
him
have
such a
enough
hard time.
parking. I'm like, yeah, well,
I got-
that's they should
Giving
go
him
to
such
that.
a hard time.
Speaking of Tony, hey, what's up, guys? He
But,
just
uh,
checked in and says
Oh,
hi.
right on.
Hey, Big Tony.
Talking
Tony.
let's go. But yeah, so Tony said that I'm like they're coming. He's like, well, he adds a state every time their inventory
Sure.
gets nice and flush.
Sure.
They add another state, and they don't want to be able to not serve the places they're distributing to.
Right.
So they had enough to ship it up here to Michigan. Was really the thing.
Nice.
Ready for the pop?
Yeah. New bottle crack there.
Oh, it was
Oh.
quiet.
That was
It was
cute.
quiet
That was
compared to the
cute.
last few.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it was
cute.
kind of high pitched. It wasn't.
Yeah.
But this is a
silent
high.
but deadly.
But
So
this
what
is
do
a-
we want to? What
this
do
is
we want to
a-
try the makers first? Is a do we
I'm
wanna-
gonna put them next to each other. I want to look at the colors.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that
All right.
whole-
That's a,
All right. I'm
that's
gonna.
not a bad
So
idea.
I crack the. I'm cracking the makers. Let's do the maker fresh crack.
There you go.
here.
Oh,
that was a good
much
one. That one
That's
resonated.
what I'm talking
That's-
about.
That sucker
what-
resonated.
That's what I'm talking
felt
about.
that in my
Dan.
bones.
We have a green bottle here on the Willett too. That's interesting.
All right. Yeah, it's like a wine bottle. It's
And
like,
I expected a 15-year higher proof to be
take one
darker
down,
than this.
pass it around.
'Cause that maker's mark is considerably darker, isn't it? Is that just
no,
me?
it's actually lighter.
Is that just me?
No, it's
I don't know.
Maybe I'm
uh,
just looking across the table through the
they're
dark.
comparable. They actually are very comparable to one another.
Yeah, because that green bottle throws you off.
A little bit.
Now I forget which one I poured in what.
That's why I got two different glasses,
The
kids.
Willett is in the Glencairn for me, and
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I did.
I poured the Noah's Mill
Into the
in the
Glencairn.
Glencairn.
All
Yeah,
right, there
Yeah.
you go.
just because it's new. So
Looking across at Dave's, I see a noticeable color difference. Right on top of it,
Right,
here,
right.
I don't.
well, because we have two different glasses,
Yeah,
so it's a thicker
there I see.
view. But those are going to
Yeah,
be
that's the
equal.
makers.
Yep, I can
That
tell
one's
that.
the makers. This is the Willett.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody have both.
All right. Which
So-
way are we going first,
So
gentlemen?
the makers cask strength, they come in at different proofs, and this one's rocking it in at 56.1. That's 112. The Noah's Mill. I didn't think it was fire, but it is. No, well, not
57.
fire.
It's not fire.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
it's
there's a little. It's got some heat on it.
114.3, so it's 57.
And that's why we
You
went-
have to make me go higher register, you know?
Yeah,
that's it for me.
But that's why we went with the Maker's Cask, because it's got a
Right, I wanted
similar
another-
heat.
Not
that-
gonna lie,
that
little
level.
little higher.
Actually, I feel like there's a more bite in the nose on the makers.
Ooh, I got a little ethanol whiff out of the milk.
Yeah, I got those aerate a little bit there in the glass.
Oh, I got the Glencairn of the Noah's Mill was like right up my nose.
So well, and again, yeah,
I'm going to try the Makers first because I know what Makers taste like. I want to remind myself what the Makers taste like before I go into the Noah.
All right.
you do
Go
that.
Foxy, go Foxy, go Foxy, go Foxy. Doom, 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 doom,
That's a new segment for the Man Cave. All right.
Oh,
There we go.
It's August freestyling.
Yep, that is Maker's Cask Strength. Definitely. I got that heat.
Yeah.
It just sits.
People turn their nose to it.
It
They're like,
just
oh,
sits.
people like it because of the red wax and whatever.
Oh,
I like it because it's a nice drink.
it is.
I
It
do.
just
Oh,
sits
it's
nicely.
good.
It's sitting nicely on my palate.
I'm
Somebody
crunching an
else-
ice cube now. I'm
Somebody
gonna go
else
in.
sit
crunch it.
nicely on my
Well, we
palate.
haven't crunched anything into a microphone for like at least 2 episodes.
At
Yeah,
least.
well, no. We ate the
The
last
jelly
one was
beans.
jelly
The
beans.
jelly
All we did was
beans. Yeah,
chew
yeah.
for
We
25
did
minutes.
half
Half hour of
jelly.
us chewing jelly
Yeah,
beans.
you missed
jelly-
out,
it
Dave.
was
Missed
a-
out
it was
on
a
that
half
one.
hour of chop,
I
chop,
did.
chop, chop,
My
chop. yeah.
beatus. It's good for my beatus.
I'm still remembering that buttered popcorn jelly bean with. It was
All right.
actually pretty good.
Oh, I got an aftertaste on this on the first sip that I do not care
Is
for.
that the Willett?
So will it?
Okay, haven't
I
tried
got
the
a
Willett
back of
yet.
the mouth that I did not care for. I'm going to give
Oh.
it another section. I'm going to give another session here. But
Yeah, I'm kind of understanding where you're coming from.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There's stuff happening.
that
in
was
here.
the ethanol cornflake talk
that's
right there.
that's the ethanol
Oh,
cornflake.
Oh,
but
you
in the
said
back,
but grassy.
Yeah.
It's like really grassy
Earthy.
to me.
Up
Yeah.
front on the nose, you're like, okay, this is unique. This
It's
is something
sweet.
different.
Yeah,
On that
not
palate-
almost sweet, but
On that palate, it's like I'm trying
oof.
to figure it out. It's nutty. It's got a nut to it. Did I say that out loud?
You said it loudly.
All right.
Where's the bell?
It's got a nut.
yeah. It's almost more earthy than
There
a
it
nut
is.
because nuts are good.
I was getting grassy,
It's like a funky, earthy.
but it's not a. Do we know the mash bill?
There is the mash bill's undisclosed
Undisclosed.
because it's blended, I believe.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
You can still have a mash bill on a.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
know,
undisclosed.
I guess.
BreakingBourbon.com is saying it's
I
undisclosed.
was reading, and
so-
I did the Googles here just a minute ago, and this stuff goes for $100 a bottle in some states with their MSRPs and their their own tax laws and everything, and distance like in Washington State's far
Yeah.
from Kentucky, you guys. Just
Right.
transportation.
Tony's always
Man,
close to MSRP.
I took a big old whiff of this up my schnoz, and man, I did not care for that.
Not $100
Nope.
It was coming in on the shelf at Tony's at the Wine Garden at 60 something,
That's-
64
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah,
I think.
that's
What I expect from a Willett. Yeah, I
Yep.
expect 65.
It was like,
bucks.
yeah, it was a good 2 hours ago when I bought this. So it's like,
It's
I'm a
probably gone up.
goldfish. I forgot.
it's probably gone up since.
Yeah. No.
Pretty soon, tariffs are going to be going across state lines.
Yeah.
North versus South again.
Yep.
I'm gonna, I was gonna look it up, but I'm sure it's right in that ballpark of mid 60 for the price point at the Michigan.
I hate to say this tastes
MS
like just straight grain alcohol. to
Yeah,
me.
I
Really, not even after the fourth or fifth sip.
Well, I haven't had 4 or 5. I've gotten through 2.5.
yeah. See, I would set this aside and just order something different if I were out.
It's grassy. It's still grassy to me.
I mean, the reviews were all over the map based on batch numbers.
Ah,
It
okay.
just was. They like one guy said it's like that's 9.1 out of 10, and the next guy's like it tasted like,
Dirt.
ethanol,
Yeah.
cornflakes, and mushrooms.
All right. So this is a batch 24-03. Was that batch? Was that
No, not one of the ones I saw. I only
Okay.
looked at like
All
2
right.
or 3 reviews,
Okay.
but
All right.
I'm still trying to.
because the first 2 were so glowing,
Put
I
my
figured there
finger
had to
on
be
it.
one that was bad. And
Sure.
I was just looking at their overall. Remember the notes of subtle floras, that kind of.
All right.
shit.
No,
It was
as
bad.
I've had 2 sips, the nose is becoming different. There's something else in there, like a fruit
I'm almost getting this
in the nose. The nose is
See,
way different than
Just
the
the
taste.
makers is so much better.
Yeah.
It is.
It just is. And I whisper that because I
why?
feel bad,
Yeah,
Don't.
yeah.
but it's so much better. It's my DJ whisper voice.
Yeah.
Well, I've been drinking the makers. I just kind of
Tony,
set
all
this
right,
one
six-
aside. So
$62.99. Tony said.
$62.99.
All right,
state
no,
Thanks,
it's
Tony.
64.
oh,
I'd
state
say-
minimum.
Yeah.
All right.
That was
Thanks,
close.
Tony.
That was
Thanks,
close.
Tony.
That was so that's
I got to tell you, the makers, you knew what you were going to get. This is something you've never had before. The
Mhm.
Noah Mills.
This is not going to stop me from getting another Willett product
Shit,
because I've
fair.
had really good Willett products in the past.
Mhm.
this.
Like,
I
outstanding.
would say this is like got a rye. It tastes like a rye to me.
It
Is
just I get maybe it's because I just
Is
took
it-
too deep of a breath through my nose. It just gives me
But
straight.
can I be
Like,
honest?
this is a bourbon whiskey, genuine bourbon whiskey. So it's not a
It was
rye.
more like Everclear to me.
Did the
so
nose
the
kind of
le-
give you a scotchy? Like, did it
Nah,
kind
I
of
didn't
like
get- I
scotch?
didn't get
on
that
it?
I was
peatiness.
sweet.
I
I
didn't
was
get
I was
that.
sweet on the nose. My nose was sweet, and now it's a little bit more on the.
I'm
fruit.
not as refined as you guys. I either like it or I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't look for.
I
caramels
I
and
struggle. I
vanillas and
no, I really
cherries and orange peel and caramel cum. I just don't know.
I really struggle. I really
do that.
struggle to pull those things
I
out.
can't do that with these stuff. With any of these, really.
And then
Do they have that at the grocery store? Caramel? what?
actually,
Yeah.
we at Easter is it dinner yesterday. We had a small one. There's only 13 people over.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Christmas is usually 35 or whatever.
Right.
But there was only like 13 people over yesterday. But we're doing it. I tried to whine and I started going, oh, it smells, and I was saying something, and then I'm like, oh my god, do you sound like a douchey McDouche Michael or what? I'm like,
Did you
oh
not
my-
realize you weren't talking into a microphone?
I'm like, man, you sound like a total douchebag, dude.
But
What's,
they were listening to you, were they not?
they phased me out. They
All
really
right,
did.
see?
That's family. They phased me out.
All right.
They're like, oh, is he talking again?
The only interesting
Is he
Easter
still
story,
standing upright?
since we're on the topic, my boss is
What?
like, "Do you like Peeps?" And I'm like, "No, they're disgusting."
Oh, I hate 'em.
She's like, "What?" I go, "No, marshmallows aren't like."
Uh.
I don't think. She goes, "You don't like marshmallows?" I'm like, "They've never been a food to me. They've only been a weapon." And she's like, "Excuse me?" And I'm like, "Well, because when we were kids, we would all my cousins and I would get together. My dad would go to the local appliance shop and grab a refrigerator box, and we would all cut shields and spend hours decorating them. We're like 10, 11, 12 years old, and then we bring out 4 bags of marshmallows, and we would just start whipping them at each other and using the
Mhm.
shields to block. They were just weapons. We thought, like, I can
Yeah.
eat this crap. They're just used to throw at each other, and that was our Easter tradition.
Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah. Not a Peep fan either, but they have
No.
cotton candy Peeps. They've got
just-
sour
just-
watermelon
I'm not
Peeps.
just
They've
big.
got-
I'm not big on marshmallow in general.
No, marshmallows is
just
just gross to
like
me.
moon pies. I don't.
Yeah,
like
no, none of
those,
that. Just give me jelly beans.
what-
You know what turned me off from moon pies? The Green Mile.
Yes.
Yeah, the moon pies,
Yeah,
the movie Green Mile
uh-huh.
turned me off from moon
I
pies.
thought
I
moon pie
understand
was
it.
like animal dung you stepped in at night. That's what we always called moon pies when I was a scout.
Well, moon pies
Oh,
were like
Jimmy stepped in a moon pie.
Moon pie.
All right. Anyway, so back to the moon
yeah,
pie.
yeah.
Back to the the juice here.
So if you were out and about, Jamie, because Kill Mary Screw.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm,
so
mhm.
you're out and about, and you see a bottle of Noah's Mill sitting on the counter, and you see a bottle of cast strength Maker's Mark. Which way you going?
Is it free?
Well, that's a good point. Is it
It's,
both? Is it both a $12 to $8 or $18 price point? We'll say for a dram. I'm just going.
well, if
I'm
this
going with what I
bottle
know.
is $63 retail,
That's probably a $60 bottle too.
this
Yeah.
no Maker's
No.
cask
That's
You
40,
got loud.
45
down.
-ish?
Yeah, it's way less than that.
Yeah.
Maker's,
What? Regular Makers is $45 now.
no,
No, regular Makers is like 30.
Tony.
it's
25.
Tony. What's the
Tony.
It's like Alexa.
Price
No,
check.
no, wait, Tony.
Price check.
Chat GPT. What?
but,
I still take the. I mean, this is a kind of like.
what's the price point on the Maker's
If
cask?
I had
Yeah.
that Noah's Mill in an old fashioned, I
Okay,
rarely
so
just sit and drink shots of sipping whiskey at a bar anymore.
Yeah,
Rarely. That's a home thing.
yeah.
And it's not $12 a pop. I'm paying $12. I want you to, do a little shake something down, and I'm not talking about, the
Two
sound-
fingers, two
or
fingers.
gentlemen,
two
Yes.
fingers, just two fingers.
Yes.
62.
No, that he was talking
that
about
was
the
the-
Noah's Mill.
the
Yeah,
Noah's
that was
Mill,
the
okay.
nose. I got the Lara report in here somewhere, but
All right,
I don't know where it is.
but yeah,
Laura?
so Kill Mary
I
Screw,
dated
would
her
you-
once.
But
If you-
Okay,
yeah.
so let's rephrase the question. Both cost the same.
Oh.
Which one are you picking?
Oh, the Makers.
yeah, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Now.
Right.
Now,
Yeah,
if I
after
seeing it on the
tasting it,
bar and
yes,
everyone
right.
told me the same, I was going to go with the one I haven't had. But
Mhm.
but in all honesty, I'll go with the.
Would
the
I buy
cask
this
all day.
again?
That's fair. So you would kill
there
it.
is-
Am I going to take this home and hide it at home?
No.
There's an.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave this out here.
Tony, $44.99 for the Maker's cask.
See, there you go.
Wow.
Yep,
I was
yep.
right
There's
on
a-
45.
So Makers,
That was
Makers
right on.
is reasonable, and
There's an
it's-
intrigue to me about reading online the
Tony.
difference in the
I love
batches and
Tony
how
from the
people
White
loved it or
Guard.
hated it,
Thanks, Tony.
depending on how old the bottle was and what batch it was. I mean, it was
Statement
not
of-
Yeah.
consistent,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
also tells you, as a fan of blended whiskey, that kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
and then
this stuff
it-
should be the same.
It's like Booker's, right? It's Booker's, and it's Booker's. Little book, and then it's this lot, that lot. Every year there's a new lot, and people, because it comes in the wooden box and all that.
Oh,
People are all
sure.
like,
This year's Oberon's terrible compared to last year's.
yeah. right. But this bottle we have before us, it's okay.
Mhm.
It. Some people, there's a lot of spice. There's a lot of flavor.
There's a lot going on in that bottle.
There's
There really is a
would
I
you
lot.
say-
don't
would you
even
say-
like it near my nose.
Would you
I don't
say
like it.
complexity in it? I like the nose. The nose is nicer
Yeah,
than
The nose
nose
to me
is
is
sweet.
pure
The-
ethanol.
really.
Really?
I'm like afraid to have open flame around it. Like,
Okay.
where's my butane thing?
No, they
The nose is nicer than the finish
Oh yeah.
for me.
Well, I don't
The
know.
nose and the sip. I get grass. I get a rye, grassy rye as I sip it, and then the finish is a little bit more.
I understand the sweetness on the nose where you're coming from, because I get the sweetness as well. That's why I'm at it. It felt like a scotch, as a sweet scotch, if you will.
All right. Fourth sip was definitely better than the first sip,
All right.
but
See, it's growing on you.
but my
See?
nose still got that straight up fire up my nose when I brought it up there. I'm like, whoa.
But 114, but even the maker at 112
Sure.
is, yep.
I don't taste that.
I
at
still-
all.
I
The
still-
no.
I'm sorry. The Noah's Hill is still a little scotchy to me on
So
the back
cask-
end. I don't know why. It's hit me like.
And it's
scotch.
interesting because these have the batches on them, right? So because the
Right.
cask strength, if it's got to be cask strength, it's coming out of the cask. It's not that much of a blend.
Mm.
How big are these casks?
Grab me that. Is
Oh.
there anything on here that we want to know that they're telling us? Sometimes we read their liner notes, Especially
I
bourbon
wasn't
aged in
getting- I
wooden
wasn't-
barrels until fully mature.
Yeah.
114.3.
It is distilled, bottled, and aged in Kentucky.
Original
So that's
small
not
batch bourbon.
it's
handmade
not
in
sourced
Kentucky,
anymore.
Aged in charred oak barrels, bottled in Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Everyone who's listening, it's not bad. It's just something that you need to prepare
They're
yourself.
not
for.
paying us any fucking money. Tell them what it tastes like.
No, I'm saying
Noah's
it's not
Mill is a
bad.
bourbon of
I had a-
extraordinary
It's not a
character
bad.
and
It's not a
smoothness.
bad
I-
bourbon
Well, no,
whiskey.
I think some people
schlepped
could
that all the way back from St. Clair Shores. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Okay, here
we go.
in the label. Noah's Mill is a bourbon of extraordinary character and smoothness not found among younger whiskeys.
I say it's not
Its
bad.
superior taste and flavor characteristics are
different.
made possible only from using the very finest quality ingredients at the outset, along with the long years and patience necessary for nature
Well,
to
isn't
mellow
that-
everything to
You could say about
perfection.
any bourbon. Well, most of them.
How young is it though?
Yeah,
But
I think
yeah,
it's.
but
I
the-
think it's.
I think the youngest blend in here
way
is-
too young.
I think the youngest blend I was on breakingbourbon.com. I think the youngest blend that they have is like a 10-year. That's the oldest.
See,
blend
that
they have.
reminds me of drinking some of the fresh, too young Motor City Distillery and
Yes.
all the brown
Yeah.
liquors that Detroit
Right.
was putting out
Mhm.
Yeah.
because they put them on the market because they had to. They got to sell that juice and pay the bills.
DC.
And the distilleries can't just run on gin and vodka alone. They had to
Right.
put out a bourbon, and a lot of them tasted like this to me. They were just
Yeah.
like,
I
get it.
Ethanol. Yep.
I
yep,
still
yep.
remember
Young.
DCD.
Young.
It was so young. It
Young.
just it
Young.
tasted. It had
Two
a-
James did the
It
same
had
thing.
green pepper flavor.
We've
to
never
it. It
done
was
really
so
done the
young.
Two
Ooh,
James.
green pepper is a terrible word to use in any of the distilling and
But that's what I
yeah.
got from
Beer.
the DCD.
beer people tell it's a thing. If it kills green pepper or Band-Aid, those are the two things.
Ooh,
You know
I didn't
yes,
say Band-Aid. I said
That's
green
called
pepper.
infected.
Uh-huh.
In
No,
fact,
it's young for me. It was a
Yeah,
green,
green
pepper.
pepper is the one phrase. You don't
It's
wanna
not,
hear.
but it wasn't terrible. It was just something that I wouldn't go to on a daily or when
No.
I was out and about.
No,
But
I
somebody,
mean,
but I mean, in general, somebody out there who, I mean, typically might drink this type would probably
Okay.
like this. I mean, there are other whiskeys that
I
probably
don't know.
match
Yeah,
up to this.
It's definitely
I
different.
got that
It is
bottle
very
of
different.
Wild Turkey Rare Breed that you gave me,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
And I just can't wait to get home and try it. I think about it in my sleep when I'm at work. Maybe I have a
After you-
problem.
you might have
Maybe
a
you need to
problem.
go see you, Dave.
Yes,
but it's
come on
still
to
some
see
left.
me.
There's still some left. I've had it for a while.
Just
but that is
stop
something
watching
I
those
look-
documentaries.
It's
man.
something. Yeah, I know.
we got
I watched an Aryan Nation movie and then
Oh,
then the
oh, no,
documentary about
right.
the Oklahoma City bombing last
Oh,
night.
right. Yeah.
Kat and I did not sleep well last
No,
night. We had anxiety dreams
I
all
would
night.
think so. Yeah.
It was fascinating shit. Anyway, but those are things I look forward to.
Yeah.
You know, I look forward to having a sip of that. The Tullamore Dew. I have like ones I like. This I don't have any reason. I'm going to go back in there and I'm going to have the Four Branches before. I leave.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
A perfect to me one of the better blended American bourbons.
Yes.
Nice.
Up there with like the Michter's American Blend and things like that.
Mhm.
I think they're on par.
Yeah.
This one, and they admit that they're young in there, so they say, look,
Other young bourbons. I
Yeah.
picked up on that too. I was like, okay, does that mean we're young too? And that's where that ethanol kicks in.
well, compared to you guys, I'm young.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm not young.
Wait, you
Wait,
guys are-
no, that side of the table compared to us
Oh.
is
We got it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Casting aspersions. All right. I'm wearing a t-shirt from 1992. Who else can say that?
That still fits you. You
That's
asshole.
still
all right. So I'm gonna call you out. That is
Yeah,
that is one of the coolest 89X
It-
t-shirts
yeah,
that they
it's-
put out.
Oh, you kind of see it in the light there.
Yeah.
You can't.
So it's
You
no
can't.
in the reflection in
You-
the
you
if you're
can't.
watching the
You
video.
can see
So
it.
I actually see
You
it
can
better
see
on TV than you do in person.
Right.
Yeah.
It's an 89X t-shirt. It's black on black, but it's from
It's
the
black
Johnny
on black.
It's from
Good-
the Johnny Cash.
Johnny
concert.
Cash did a tour in 80. It was an 89X
Uh-huh.
show
Oh,
at,
that was the
at the state-
Trent Reznor stuff,
at the
wasn't it?
state.
No,
No, it was
before
before that.
It was
Before
before
all
he
that.
I was
did that
way-
whole album.
I was way
Uh-huh.
before that. That was just Johnny
Burn.
doing Johnny. Yeah, it was just Johnny doing Johnny, and 89X sponsored the show,
In
and they did black on
92.
black T-shirts. And I bought two. I have one that I've never worn, and it's in a
The
hermetically
Johnny Cash
sealed
character was the best
lead
part of that.
line vault.
Did you watch the Complete Unknown? The
I did not.
Dylan movie?
No, I
It's
have
out.
not
It's-
seen the Dylan.
I have not
movie,
seen.
no.
It's
Right.
free on either Peacock. One of them has it
Okay.
for free.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
best
no,
part.
you have to be a premium subscriber on the Peacock.
Yeah, I'm a
to
premium
watch.
everything.
I'm
motherfucker.
not.
I'll let you borrow my password if you.
Thank you.
I
And then I
know.
can watch
Don't
the
make me
Wolfman
drink
too.
that again.
Price.
They're
But,
swapping passwords, swapping
best part-
spit. It's great.
the Johnny
What
Cash
Disney?
character.
What?
The Johnny Cash character is almost the best. Might be the best part of the whole
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
See-
were like early on pen pals and early on friends. And
Oh,
yeah.
that's
brilliant.
great.
I love that.
Colleen hates Bob Dylan. She
Ugh.
she despises
Why
him.
was it
I'm in
because
the medicine.
I
No,
kind of
Bob-
wish they made
I
the movie
can- I
after
can-
he
I can-
died, so it could be a little more realistic.
It's I can depending on which album I can leave him or take him.
That's
It's
Well-
and again he flip flopped. But was he being a troubadour or was he trying to follow the fashion?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, all of the music docs, right? Where they're all done by somebody that wants to look good. So it's like the Queen one. There's that one scene drove me nuts when they're all at a party and Freddie's partying. The rest of the band's all sitting in a corner because they're all married.
Sullen.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
they're
Right,
like this,
right,
and they're
right.
like, "Hey, Freddie, we don't do this anymore. We're not partiers." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Bullshit! You were doing coke off strippers' asses too. Don't act like you're so fucking perfect.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you were
yeah.
a dentist before you became
Oh,
the bass player."
You're like, oh wait,
You know?
wait. Looks like he had a producer credit.
Right, exactly. And then you go to see Queen with Adam Lambert, and it was fun. But Brian May never hit a pedal and never turned a knob and never changed guitars, so he
He was
wasn't
lip
actually
singing.
fucking playing
He was,
guitar.
he was
Right.
lip singing,
You know,
yeah.
and then you look at The Doors, which
Strings
everyone thinks
open.
is one of the better ones, but
Well-
still,
well, a great
it
movie,
was
but
done to
again,
make Ray Manzarek look like Saint Ray.
Well, and they played up the conflict with John Densmore and Jim Morrison, which,
Yes,
granted, they were not as tight as
yeah,
as
but
other
the
guys.
dead
but-
guy always looks like shit,
right?
and everyone
Mhm.
else is so innocent.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Elton John one was pretty cool because it wasn't traditional.
Right?
Yeah.
And what was the other one? Well, and so the Complete Unknown. I mean, Dylan's still alive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so they're not gonna.
I haven't seen it.
There's
I
not
have
gonna
not
be
seen it, yeah.
anything. I mean, they make him kind of a bad boyfriend,
Yeah.
but
I
don't really
love
care.
Walk the Line.
I have to watch that
I
one.
have-
That's the
I
Dewey
have
Cox
not
one, right?
Nah,
Chewy.
that's like Walking Crooked or whatever it is.
I thought that was
That's,
Alien Sex Feed.
Yeah. No, it was funny because I
This is
went
all
to
fitting
see
bourbon talk. By
here's
the
the
way.
thing,
all
the-
fitting one.
the Detroit connection, right? So I get those press screenings, right? So we go to the press screening of Walk the Line. This was a bazillion years ago.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, Karen Quigg, right?
Mhm.
Quigg's sister, Karen and I. She was my movie buddy at the time. So we go, we're watching this, and we're watching. I'm like, Quigg. She's like, what? I go, that's freaking Goober. She's like, what are you talking about? I go, the guy playing with Joaquin. That's Goober. She's like, no.
From Goober and the Peas?
And it's like, I'm like, that is the guy playing the guitar player in the band. And then we wait for the credits. Dan Brown. I'm like, son of a gun, who's Goober? It's like, it was the funniest thing, right?
Well-
Because he's done some acting. He's
Yeah.
done a bunch of. He was in Leatherheads with Clooney. He was like a bellhop. or
Oh, that's the
something.
footblike movie.
Yeah. He was
about
like
the
some
Harvard football team.
he was
in
like some-
1918 or something.
He was he was
Like
like some.
saying Dan Brown, Goober from Goober and the Peas.
Yeah. He was like, see, the thing was, it was Jack White. It was the Detroit Jack White because Jack was producing. Who would he produce? Like Loretta Lynn, Tammy Wynette, somebody. Loretta.
He did do a Loretta Lynn album.
Loretta
Yeah,
Lynn.
All right.
So he was in Nashville producing Loretta
Yep, that's
Lynn.
absolutely happened.
And so they were there and they're starting to do this Johnny Cash movie. And they're like, we need somebody authentic who knows this country music. And Jack was like, I know a couple guys who know. And so they brought Dan as a consultant. And they're like, oh shit, no, you're in the movie.
Yeah.
And they cast him as the part, and his wife played his wife in the movie.
That's
too.
fantastic.
Then they did the thing Blanche. They had a nice cool band called Blanche.
Do you
So
have
anyway
a favorite rock and roll movie? On the spot now.
Favorite rock and roll movie.
Wow.
Because I know mine. It's hands down.
It's
Valley
mine's
Valley
Eddie.
Girl.
Mine's Eddie and the Cruisers.
I love man. No.
Almost
I got
famous.
Commitments.
Almost famous.
Commitments.
Commitments
see,
is
yeah.
a
Commitments.
blues
Little
movie.
Mustang Sally. Yeah.
And then the other one that everyone talks about now is That Thing You Do.
Oh, I love
people
that thing
think
you
that
do.
that's
That was
what
that one
I
hit
love
wonder
that.
song.
I
Right?
love that movie.
But you know the Nancy Wilson from Heart doing all the music in Almost Famous is just amazing.
yeah.
What,
All right.
what was the movie where the Indian guy, the Beatles disappeared and
Oh
he knew
yeah,
all their
yeah.
music?
Yeah.
It's a Beatles song. Is the name of it? It's
Yes,
a Beatles
yes.
song.
Yeah, like the Beatles never were, but this guy wrote.
This guy
all the
knows
But
all
songs.
he
of
wakes
them.
up in a
Yes.
land the Beatles didn't exist and
Yes.
does the Beatles songs.
Yes.
Yes,
That was a great movie.
that was interesting.
And they
Yes.
met the Johns still alive, living on the beach.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Eddie and the Cruisers always did it for me. I don't know why.
I love
It's a great one-hit wonder.
No, I love that. I love John Cafferty. I'm just because I got
What's
all
the other
John
one I like?
Cafferty's records. I did.
was
I'm
it-
like a Jersey fan. Because I'm a Springsteen fan,
Mhm.
and I know when that came out, Dark Side was on the radio. It's like, does Springsteen have new stuff?
Yeah,
And
that was
missed-
exactly a Springsteen thing.
And then
Yeah.
it was like, no, but it's John Cafferty, which is
Yeah.
it's like Springsteen Jr. And it's like, I'm sure John wouldn't love that comparison.
Probably not.
But it's just that Jersey sound. It's the full band, it's the live band, it's the rock and roll, and it's that Jersey voice. And yeah,
We've
so
completely wandered off the topic of our booze.
It
but I'm
doesn't
gonna bring
matter
up
because this
one
is what
more.
happens on the Man
Do
Cave.
you remember the Backbeat band?
oh yeah,
And the
yeah.
Backbeat with Greg Dooley and the guys from Afghan Wigs. Dave Grohl was playing
Oh,
drums.
man.
Oh my God.
And they
that,
did that great. Like they're
was a
all supposed to be
crazy-
the Beatles in Munich.
As you mentioned the Wonders, I was like, no,
Yes.
but then I was trying to get to the Backbeat. That was like a super group.
It was a super
Yeah.
group.
That was like
Yes.
a super group. Those can you imagine those recording sessions? That had to be so
I mean,
much
like,
fun for
Greg
them
Dooley on
to
the
play
MTV
those-
Music Awards, throwing a
to pl-
cigarette in the crowd while
to-
singing "Money."
to play those records and record those records and just kind of rock it up.
I purposely keep my '90s CD binder in my parents' garage,
Yeah.
so every once in a while I'll find it and I'll
Guilty-
go down that
guilty
rabbit
pleasures.
hole.
Uh-huh.
You know, just looking at it.
Backbeat, I love the Backbeat.
Another super group, just to kind of wrap this up, the Traveling Wilburys.
Oh, of course.
Will Berries.
Wilburys. I said
Yes.
that, didn't I? I'm sorry, it's the
their
bourbon.
first that one album of theirs is perfect.
Mhm.
It might be it's a perfect album.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a perfect album. Like every
Yeah,
song
yeah.
front to back, it's
Uh-huh.
listenable. Orbison, George
Yes,
Harrison,
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Tom Petty.
I love how it came
Yep.
together too.
it's all Jeff Lynne.
Yeah.
Jeff Lynne, that
Mhm.
alien genius, as
Right.
Julian Lennon, I think, called him that as his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right,
That
right.
alien that came down and taught us all how to produce music.
So funny because I saw ELO when they were here.
I did too.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, those
But-
last tour.
Jeff Lynne.
Thumbs up.
Oh, and the
you.
guy who sang backup that sounded
was
just
it.
like him was also great.
But they didn't. Like,
There's a
there was
hand-
no,
there's a
there
hand,
was
there's a
no
hand.
It was
interacting
seamless.
with the crowd. He
No.
left that to
He left
some
that
other
to the
schmo
music.
band member.
He left that to the
Well,
the
yeah.
show, to the
Sure,
lights,
right.
and that
Yeah.
that just
Because again, no dialogue. Just thank you.
All right.
no. And my girlfriend was not very familiar. She's 10 years younger than me with
Oh,
ELO,
okay.
and
they're
so
they're babies and she's 10 years younger.
and she's seeing me like playing the knee drums like crazy in the
Oh,
fifth
yeah.
row, you know,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, it's like, you know the song? I'm like, oh yeah, I know the
Oh,
song.
Well,
yeah,
but,
baby.
but here's the thing. You know,
I
a
got
lot,
ten
of
years
their,
you're
on
gonna
ya.
know it later too.
a lot of their
Evil woman. Evil
a
woman.
lot of their music came out in
Oh, you're
soundtracks
screwed,
that
dude.
all the young people know now. Though, if you
Oh,
watch
yeah, yeah,
Guardians
yeah,
of the
yeah,
Galaxy, you know
Oh.
several ELO songs.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
a number of weeks ago, we were out at dinner and they were doing karaoke. And I told Jamie this, but I did karaoke for the first time in a couple decades. And it was Brandy
Oh,
that I went up and then sang.
You
Brandy.
were a fine
You
girl.
were a fine girl. And I actually nailed it. I felt
Oh, yeah?
like I did
Did you get
pretty
video?
well.
I'm
wanna
gonna
see-
get-
There's a video
I
out
want
there.
to. I
It
want
is
to
a-
see the
I
evidence.
No,
guarantee
you
you-
will never see the
Brand-
I
Brandy's a-
guarantee you,
will
did
never-
not nail it.
You do not
and
want
you
to see
sucked.
the evidence.
I
I do want to
guarantee
see
you
the
it was
evidence.
awful. It
What?
was
A couple margaritas and I
un-
can't sing?
it
What?
was unfucking bearable. I'm telling you
my
that
God.
now, like
Oh my
all
God.
karaoke is.
I got some karaoke video. I got video doing karaoke at the Metro Music Cafe.
Oh my
What?
gosh,
Oh,
that's
where
going back.
CDs were the art on the wall. Yeah, they're all like lined up behind
Yeah.
the bar.
And what?
Yes.
And do you know what?
They
was
did.
It,
It was Fox. It was 99.5, and I'm singing. It was a cat Mike. I don't even know who the hell this guy was, but we were best friends for like a month, I think. And it was like we're both black leather guys, and we're there. Metro Music. This is this fluffy fluff bar, and we're Royal Oak, and we're like because our friend Tracy Zambek was like the promotion director at the Fox 99.5 at the time, and so we're hanging out with her, and we're singing karaoke. We're like singing like just like rockabilly shit, and people at the thing are like, but we're like, and they would videotape it and give it to you. And so I have like these videotapes.
Nightmare.
They're
Nightmare.
They're nightmares. I thought I was like king of the world. They're not. They're out on YouTube. You got
You have
Oh,
3
man.
drams of this Noah's Mill ethanol cornflake
like a lot
stuff,
of
and you're
truth-
gonna sing
truth
all.
comes up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna think you're
Can
hitting
we
those
find it?
notes
Can
in
we
a
go-
loan.
Can we go? We're canceling the hypnotist tonight. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
That's okay.
We're going to karaoke. So we're gonna do the rest of. We're gonna do the next show, the Motor City Hypnotist.
Who has
at-
karaoke on a Monday? I don't even want to know.
The Victory.
What is a Monday
Victory Inn.
karaoke
Victory Inn's
like?
closed.
All right, name it. Yeah,
Victory Inn closed down
I know,
last
I
week,
know.
yeah.
That's yeah.
That's why I was
was
fresh
saying.
in your brain.
I know.
Maybe
So,
Ghostlight.
what's,
Maybe Trixie's. Trixie's in Hampshire. I think has it tonight.
What horrific piece of shit bar can we go to?
The Pirate
Okay.
Bar?
Well, if it's a Monday night,
Salty Dog.
Oh,
Salty
the
Dog?
biggest boat on the block.
Salty Dog have karaoke on Monday night?
Oh,
what?
Shit, Salty Dog has
I'm
nothing
going to
ever.
watch the Pistons.
All right, you
all
go
right.
watch your Pistons.
It's time for that, guys.
Is it game 2 or 3?
It's game 2.
Two.
And the Tigers are playing too.
Yep.
At home
Alright.
against the Padres.
Well, speaking of the Motor City Hypnotist,
Yes.
he records every Monday night
Yep.
at 8 p.m.
yes,
Eastern time.
give or take a few minutes.
It'll be 8:05 tonight.
That's fine.
As I'm trying to sidestep. out of
It's
it.
all
Yes.
good. It's
I'll
all
tell
But
you
no,
what.
David, thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
And, recording.
I always love jumping. I come here just to drink. I
Cheers.
mean,
I thought this was good stuff, and then he said it wasn't and waved his hand. I'm like, no, it's not good
you
whiskey.
do not
You
enjoy
like
this
this
whiskey.
No, you're right. I don't enjoy this whiskey.
No,
I mean, he's influential, but he's not that influential.
why has August been quacking like a duck for the last 20
Yeah.
minutes? I don't understand.
Is that what I've been hearing?
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Oh, did I talk too much?
no.
He waved a hand.
You're under hypnosis. You're under hypnosis.
That's why you have me here.
Don't be so boring. Everybody says that before they die. All right.
I'm Howard.
That is Matt Fox.
That is August Gitchlag.
Jamie Flanagan is our fearless leader.
Woo! I already did Foxy.
And now I'm David Wright.
Oh,
Hey!
I'm sorry. I guess I was supposed to go that
I'll
way.
do my own.
Well, I
It's
gotta
fine.
do you.
Did I-
and you're
did
supposed
I
to do
mess
him.
that
You're
up?
crossing the
I'm
stream.
used to
I don't
handling things
know.
myself.
I
It's
got
okay.
it. It's here we all thought we had it down for once.
Nah, it's-
So we're going to see you live from, semi-live from Whiskey Taco Foxtrot again.
yeah. Yep,
We
yep,
have been
yep.
chosen to judge a smoked cocktail contest
nice.
this Sunday.
They are. They do
A couple Sundays
fun
from now, yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Their bourbon club, I'm going to have to break down and join.
Yep.
I'm
Yep,
bringing extra cash money.
They're do.
He's going to
They
give
do
us
that.
free membership. But anyway, yeah, we're going to bring some cash money and join.
Did you say we are judging?
Yes, we're
Smoked
judging smoked
cocktail?
cocktails,
All right.
which I, in my head, believe don't taste any different. It's all about the smoke you smell and whichever campfire's in your nose when you drink it.
Shit, smoke them if you got them. So
Smoke 'em
here
if
we
you got
go.
All right. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all those podcast things. in
Absolutely.
all the podcast places.
And hey, if you have a man cave you want us to come check out, give us a call.
Absolutely.
We're looking at hitting some man
We
caves. I got
are
a
Doing
couple
on
feelers out.
location.
I got a couple feelers out right now.
Okay.
So
You know
we'll
what?
see.
Hit us up on the face space. Send us a private message. We are.
I'm on
ready-
Friendster,
ready and willing.
AOL, AIM, all that stuff.
Telegram.
Yep.
Hit me on my MySpace page.
That's right.
Candygram.
All right. All right. We
Thanks,
do it all.
everyone.
Matt's got all control. Do it again very, very soon. We'll see you.
Bye, guys.
Cheers.
See ya.
Cheers. Oh, cheers. We forgot
Cheers.
the cheers.
Cheers.
Man. Cheers.